Being named the executor can turn into a legal nightmare if you don't know what you're doing. So today I'm walking you through the 7 biggest mistakes executors make so you can avoid them. I'm Darcel Lobo. I'm an estate planning attorney, and I've been helping families with estate planning and probate for 17 years now. And make sure you stick around for tip number 3, because this is the biggest one that I see cause the most problems. So let's break these down so you know exactly what to do and what not to do. Mistake number 1 is delay. Waiting too long to start the probate for the estate. It's dangerous because assets can deteriorate, deadlines can be missed, and the beneficiaries are probably going to get frustrated. And if you're delaying, you're not complying with your obligations as the executor of the estate. So the quick fix here is start the process early. Even though it can feel overwhelming, we need to get that probate open and start to administer the estate. Mistake number 2 is making distributions too early or making large partial distributions. If you're distributing money before debts and taxes and expenses are handled, you're setting yourself up for a number of issues in the probate. The executor could find themselves having to try and recover that money from heirs, and that can be really tough once you've already paid the funds out. So the takeaway here is do not distribute anything from the estate until everything is accounted for. And you want to make sure that you have passed the creditor claim period for the probate process before you distribute to anyone. Mistake number 3, and this is the biggest one I told you about earlier, is failing to communicate. Silence creates suspicion. Beneficiaries are going to start to assume the worst. So make sure you are giving regular updates, even if nothing has changed. Most commonly, clients are waiting for the IRS to process the final tax returns. Let the heirs know, hey, we're still waiting on tax returns from the IRS. Give them updates because we don't want to create suspicion when there's otherwise no reason for there to be any suspicion in the first place. Mistake number 4 is confusing probate assets with non-probate assets, because not all assets have to go through probate. And most commonly the ones that don't are bank accounts or other financial accounts that have joint account holders with the right of survivorship, or accounts that have beneficiary designations. Those do not go through probate. Those will go directly to that joint account holder if they have right of survivorship, or to the named beneficiary. They will not go through the probate process. So the tip here is to make sure that you are very clear on what assets are probate assets and which ones are non-probate assets. Mistake number 5 is not using an estate account. Please do not mix the probate funds with your personal funds or put them into your personal bank account. This is a major red flag. It gets really messy and makes the accounting for the estate kind of a nightmare. So the best practice here is to open a separate estate bank account immediately after you have obtained a tax ID number for the estate. Mistake number 6 is relying on people who aren't professionals. What your friend said, what someone else told you, or what Google told you is not legal advice. Mistakes here can be huge, especially because things are different state to state. What might be true in Washington state here where I'm at may not be true in California or vice versa. So make sure you're following the process under your state's laws for that estate. Mistake number 7, using estate assets for your personal benefit. Do not borrow money from the probate estate. Do not advance yourself funds from the estate. Even if the intentions are good, this can be another nightmare for you. It's quite a recipe for disaster. Now, if there are final expenses for the decedent that need to be paid, so final medical bills, there's a process for doing so in the probate. But do not advance funds to yourself. Do not loan funds to yourself from the probate estate. No self-dealing. Being the executor of an estate isn't just a role. It's a legal responsibility. These mistakes are avoidable as long as you have the right guidance. If you are named executor, make sure you follow these tips. And if you want to avoid putting your family in this type of situation altogether, make sure you subscribe. We talk about all things estate planning on this channel to make sure you have the right estate plan in place for you.